G'day, cheers everyone. Sonia Bernard, linked by Ink, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to Technique Tuesday. This is every Tuesday I come here and I show a fun technique. Sometimes they're complex, sometimes they're just a little more simple, just to give you ideas on, things that you can create, and then you can take these and go and try something new. Of course, let me just hit that we are coming to an end with our annual catalog here. In our mini catalog, there's a lot of things that are already sold out, but there's still a lot that carries over into our new annual catalog. This goes live May 2nd, and I can't show you the inside, but I can show you, oh, there was a flash. I don't think that counts. We can show you the outside. So I think that's okay. We'll see. Hopefully I didn't reveal anything just then. I know compliance will get me if I did. Okie dokie. I'm going to be showing you this new fun set, Cheerful Daisies. And we're going to be using that. Sorry, there's a lot of reflection. And it's got these fun dies. And we're actually only using this one die here. Which is super cute, but these are super fun. This is actually all connected. This one in the middle goes this way. It's hard doing everything in a mirror image. And we're going to come up with this cute little card. And this is not an emboss resist because we're not actually doing it on the front. So let me show you how I created this card. I actually got this idea from Kayla Macaulay. Hi, Kayla. Go check out her channel. I'm going to find the channel. I'm going to put it in my description below. Very talented. Sounds like a fellow Aussie. I only actually watched this one video of hers, but she has a ton up there. Go check her out. So she, I basically like cased it, but I just put my twist on it. I kind of brought it down a notch. I was trying different die cuts and stuff, but I just found like I really wanted the background to be the focus. And have that pop of color there. But thank you. Let's go ahead and turn this camera down. Let's hit, here we go. We're going to hit all the little buttons so that we're up the right way. And we're going to come down here. And of course I didn't already press to see where I'm filming. Should have done that a minute ago. Okay, so this is so fun. I love it. And I didn't write down all my measurements. Oops. But that's okay. If I get time, I'll put them in the description in the of the video. I don't think I'll have time for that today, but I'll try to get that done this week. Okay. So this is a piece of thick basic white cardstock, and this is at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2 because this one is going to open up this way. Okay, and that's just our base. And don't forget your bone folder, and really don't like that jumping up. And then we've got some basic black, and this is I know that this is 4 by 5 1/4 because that's my standard layer size. And then actually I think I've got all the measurements here. We've got a piece of basic white which is 1/8 of an inch shorter. So this is 4. This should be 3 7/8. And if this is 5 1/4, then this should be 5 1/8. We'll find out. That's what I'm thinking. And then I have a piece of vellum. And my vellum is the same size as my card front, but we are going to trim this down. And so I've cut it at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay. And then we are going to get this cute fun flower from the Cheerful Daisies. And we are going to want to put some grid paper under there. I always forget the name of this stuff. Grid paper. Okay. And we're going to need our trusty VersaMark. Okay. We're going to VersaMark this up. And I could have done this in advance, true, but you don't, there's no rhyme or reason where you're going to put these. You can put these wherever you want. I am offsetting them off the paper. If you're like, well, I can't see, just tilt it and you'll see the, let the light shine on it and you'll be able to see exactly where you are stamping. You see that? Because the VersaMark is shiny and you just have to pick it up a little bit and let that light shine on it. And so I will get the edges like here and this edge. Just keep looking because you don't want to go over top of it. I think that would ruin the effect. And we're going to do one more little bit in this bottom corner here. Just eyeball that. There we go. Okay. Love VersaMark. I think it's one of my, it's like a fun medium to work with. Medium to work with. Then I get my little embossing tray. Love this tray with our white embossing powder. And we're just going to generously sprinkle that all over. And I don't care about putting too much. You'll see I sometimes get bits of paper in there, bits of black. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You can always just, there we go. Oops, probably don't want to stick your, what are these called? Tweezers in there. Just had a mental blank. I always give it a tap, tap, tap. I didn't even use an embossing buddy on that. I just realized, but look, it's fine. So we'll move that to the side. And then we'll get my handy dandy little box lid with the foil in it. And we are going to heat set this. So this is going to be noisy for a second. Only for about, I don't know, 2 minutes. So yeah, if there's last chance items that you were looking for, you may want to go ahead and grab those because they're going to be gone. We do have some carryover items. I've listed them, I believe, on my Facebook page. But, oh, I just lost my train of thought. I need more coffee this morning, seriously. It is morning when I'm filming this. It's Tuesday morning. It's the 18th of April. Oh, it's tax day. I hope you got your taxes done. Oh, look, I almost went over that, so that was close. I don't know why I'm holding it down. You really don't have to. And again, this is a pre-order that we get to do as demonstrators. We get to have a selection of items from the new annual catalog that we can order, and then we can start playing with them. But if you want to join the team right now, you can add this to a starter kit order. You can add any of the pre-order items to a starter kit order, which is super cool. So you don't have to wait. Although right now shipping is delayed because we had Stampin' Up, when I say we, I mean Stampin' Up, had one of the biggest days. It was actually the biggest day they've had in the history of the company in their 35 years as far as orders went. Okay, we're going to flip this over, and that has pushed shipping back 4 to 12 days before they can even start grabbing your order. This is a new color. It is a new core color, and it's called Lemon Lolly. So we're going to use that. We're going to use a returning color, Lost Lagoon, and we're going to use one of our core colors, Calypso Coral. So blender brush and Lemon Lolly, it almost looks orangey there, but it is quite yellow. Now there's one thing to remember when working with ink and vellum. It takes a long time to dry. So you're going to put all this ink on here, and I found that you can only build it up so much because it's wet. I think if you wanted to build the color, grab your heat gun and set that ink and then come back in and go over, because it is sitting kind of on top of the vellum. It's not really sinking into it. So you're definitely going to want to use your heat tool to set that ink. So you're just going to do the 3 colors. We're going to use Lost Lagoon, and I keep my, when I'm working, they sit in in our blending brush holders. We have storage caddies, but I will just put them in a little plastic bag so that way the ink is not getting on stuff that I don't want the ink to get on. And here is our Lost Lagoon, right? Yeah. I was like, wait, that's not Pretty Peacock. This is Lost Lagoon. And it has that blue, beautiful color of a lagoon. I really like this color. I'm so glad they brought it back. So you just put that on there. Then our final color. Now you can use any color combination you want. You can use any background stamp you want. You could use darker colors. Cute little anchor stamp would be fun in using, you know, the darker like Nights of Navy, maybe azure blue, which is Azure Afternoon, which is a blue that is coming out, one of the core colors. And yeah, you could really use whatever colors you want. So you could take this and make it a total masculine card just by changing, you know, the stamp and the color combination, but exact same technique. Okay, so that is wet, and you're going to want to take your heat tool and you're going to want to dry that ink off, because if you don't, the next part will not work. So I've already got one here that's already dried. Now you can see we did that on the back, so it's not an embossed resist, because an embossed resist you would be putting it all over the front, okay, but this is a lot of resist, so it softens it up too by putting it on the back. But you can see when this is dry, it does dry a little darker. Okay, so we're going to move that one off. Now, here's the fun part. We have these things called adhesive sheets, and they look like this, and I don't know the dimensions. I don't have my glasses. They're a 6 by 12, so it's like a half a pack of DSP, okay? That's how long they are. It's got stuff on it. If you're wondering what that X is for, that's just so I know that I've opened this package, because these are a cash and carry item, and I don't want to sell my customers an open package, so I just X it to say, hey, okay, I took something out of there, because you don't want to have to sit there and try to count how many sheets do I have in here. So you're going to cut a piece of that adhesive sheet, and it does have panels where it's going to peel. I'm going to flip this back over. Obviously you don't want it on the front part. And we'll just kind of line this up a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be a little bit bigger than what you have. Now, one of the things I saw Kayla was having issue with was the glue transferring to the vellum, okay? And when I did this, I had issues. It was like it was not sticking. And I thought, well, it's probably because, number one, that ink was not dry. So you do want to make sure that that ink is dry. And then I got my bone folder to pop it down. Now we'll see if this works, and if it doesn't, I'll give you a trick, but even if it does, I'll still give you the trick that I used. Okay, so when you start peeling it, you're going to see, is that glue coming off of this part here, this white paper, and is it sticking to your vellum? And you see, a lot of it is not. It's sticking to the ink is transferring up to the adhesive. So this is where we're going to grab our heat gun and we're going to heat this thing up, because glue will, you know, loosens up when you heat it. So this is how I did mine. We'll see if it works again. It's gonna heat this up and then pull. And look at that, most of it's coming off there on the back. Look at that. Oh, we've still got a little bit of an issue with the, you can see all the glue has transferred, all the adhesive has transferred onto here. We've got a little bit here, the yellow is being a little bit picky. We're going to heat it up again. And again, that's because you've got that ink, and vellum is not really porous that I know of, so it's really just, I'm going to rip this off hard. There's a little bit didn't get there. Do the best we can. As long as we've got quite a bit of glue on there, quite a bit of adhesive, we should be right. Okay, so there's your trick. You can see how much we didn't get off, and that's mostly in that yellow section that we first started playing with. Okay, so there's your little tip and trick. Kayla, if you have issues next time, grab your heat gun. It works. So then we're going to get this piece of paper, and actually let's just put that in half. We've got a lot of stickiness on there. And then we will put our paper down onto our white paper. And because our yellow was the least working one, I'm going to push it more to the top. So I have less yellow. And get your bone folder and just give that a push down. Then we will turn it over and trim the edges. And this is one thing Kayla mentioned in her tutorial, was make sure it goes over a little extra way, because if you were trying to line that up perfectly, that's going to be a pain. I need to clean the scissors. I have got a whole bunch, look at that. Jeez, a whole bunch of adhesive just stuck there. So we're going to trim all these sections up. It's going to take just a second. Whoops. I'm always worried when I'm doing this that I'm going to cut the actual card and then make the card crooked. So don't rush it. Take your time and just get all those edges done. If I was really on it, I would have had one already done, but I am slammed this week and I am just trying to get, there's been so much going on with the new catalog and the new core color, the whole color refresh. It has been a lot. So, and I've got my Gather and Creates coming up, where I go to people's houses and they host, and I show them how to make some nice fun cards, nice and easy. It's like an introduction to stamping, because I went for years without knowing what Stampin' Up! Was. And then I got the bug, introduced to it, and oh, I love it. There's something just so fun about creativity and so relaxing. Okay, I cut out these die pieces, and that was with these. Let's move this out of the way, the heat gun. Let's move all that. This is with these Cheerful Daisies dies, and it's got this cute little label die, and I love it. But I did need it to pop, so I did one in black as well. And then all you'll do to layer this, because they are the same size, so obviously you can't layer that. You could just offset it like this, but what I like to do is cut it in half, and then a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue here. I'm going to pop this on and just offset it this way. Oh, wait a second. Girl, before we do that, we should stamp this thing. Oh, yeah, sometimes I get ahead of myself. So we're going to grab the Lost Lagoon. Let's just put those to the side for a second. Oopsie. And we're going to stamp our little tag. Okay. Hopefully this is lined up. I think I went a little high on that one. Yeah, I did. But that's okay. It's still going to look cute. And actually it's going to give us room to put some bling down here. So now if you didn't like it, you could always cut an extra piece. Okay. Now you don't want to flip this over, because it doesn't have the same look on the back as it does the front. So hang on, let me pull this in front of me. It's easier when you're actually standing up over the stamp. So I've just gone off screen for a second. And boom, much better. Still a little bit high, but not as high as this one. So it is always easier when you're trying to center to bring it under you, not be like I'm at arm's reach from the stamp. So the stamp, I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay, let's put a little bit more glue back on here. And now we will put our little edges on. And you can put as much or as little as you want right there. And we'll put this one on. And then we know what's coming next, right? Dimensionals. Wait, did I forget the dimensionals today? Oh, goodness. I don't think I've got a video where I haven't forgotten something. I know why. I'm working on all my swaps. I signed up for some swaps in the Stampin' Up! Leaders group. And I've got to get them done today. We will see. I'm doing 40. I was like, oh, this might have been more than I could bite off, more than I could chew this week. Okay, so we are going to put some glue onto this layer. Excuse me, it's spring in the south and allergies are just horrendous right now. Now right there I see where I didn't trim it all the way properly. It's just a tiny little bit, but sometimes those tiny little bits just get you. Okay, so we're going to layer that down, and it's just got like a little peek through. Then we're going to get more dimensionals. Now, remember what I tell you, use the edges of these. When you don't have enough, you just snip, 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 snip. And now you have plenty. So grab those edges and use them. We're going to pull off these little covers, sticky covers. I don't know what the technical term for that is. The backing. And making sure we've got the card opening the right direction. We're going to pop this onto there. Okay, what are we thinking? How are we liking this? Oh, snap, I don't want that dimensional in there. I forgot. The reason being is, and you can just take it off, no big whoop, is we're going to put some tape over here. So I am using my Stampin' Seal Plus. It's like a double-sided tape, but in a roll. And I'm just going to put some down here, get it across there. There we go. And now I should have pre-cut my ribbon, but I forgot. So we want about this much. We're going to take this fun checkered ribbon, and the technical term, oh, it's Gingham ribbon. Gingham. It's black and white, and it is a carryover from last year's, no, from the, well, it's a carryover from either the mini or the annual. I can't remember which one it was in. So we're just going to use this tape on the back to hold this ribbon in place. And one of the reasons I use tape like this is because if you do it and then just say you're like, oh, well, that's not even, right? Like, that looks awful. So you can just pull that back up and readjust fire. If you use that liquid glue, you're just going to have a hot mess there. You don't want that. So you can just play with it and adjust it till you've got it to your liking. Okay? And I want to move that down just a little bit. I am so congested today. Okay, there we go. I like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then we're going to peel the backing off. I'm going to stick this right here. And then we're going to get a little bling. We've got some new bling. This is my, I have a system. So this means it's in the new annual catalog. If it's got a green sticker, it's an annual catalog. Adhesive back solid gems. And again, why have I got this X here? Well, if I didn't, I wouldn't know that I've already used this because there's gems up on the top that you cannot see. You see? So I just have my little system in place. And then you can just put some gems wherever you like them, and one down here, and that's in that new lemon lolly color too. And this boho blue, and this looks like pecan pie, or could be,
I'm pretty sure it's going to be pecan pie because this is core colors and pecan pie is a core color. Copper clay is an in color that looks similar to this, but pecan pie is a little more brown where copper clay is a little more copper. So there we go. That is my fun little Tuesday technique class. I don't really know what you call it. It's a background vellum technique. It's not resist emboss resist. I'm so dyslexic, sorry. And yeah, I hope you like it. Thanks so much for watching this video. Thanks for all the support on my channels and my Facebook and all my socials. And if you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscription button. I would really appreciate it. Hit that like button, leave me a comment. I will get back to you. Sometimes it takes me a minute or two, but I do get there. Okay, guys, thanks so much. Hope you love it. Have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you Thursday. Bye now.